We are back for another video. This is your man Warrior, and I wanted just to make a quick video about me reaching level 80. I was pretty excited this morning when I saw that I was very close, so I got some extra energy, boosted myself up to the end, and it looks like I need approximately 207 experience points to go, and between my last two, I got one arena battle left and my daily completion, between the two I get 225, which will be just enough to bump me over level 80, and then I will be max level. So pretty excited. The biggest reason why it is awesome to be level 80, aside from the fact of being level 80 and being done, is once you get your characters maxed, you don't have to worry about training bots and credits anymore as far as their leveling goes. So that is exciting. The other part is, and this is the bigger part, Omega shards. You get an Omega shard for the completion. You get 3 of them here, so I'll have 4, and then you get 1 every single day that you complete all of your stuff. So, you know, every week and a half, you get to upgrade a couple of your abilities on your characters to higher than the tier 7 that they normally can go. For example, Flow of Force is at 7. If I omega'd it, she would get a plus 15% evasion up chance. So instead of a 35% chance to gain evasion up, she would be a 50% chance to get evasion up. If that was someone you were using, that would be pretty awesome. But I do use her in Galactic War. But I'm pretty excited as well. If you come in here, if you look at my top 2 rows, my most popular characters, they are all either max geared or almost max geared, but they're sitting on gear that they cannot have assigned. So for Sunfac, he's only gear 9. I want to get him to gear 10, but unfortunately, this thermal detonator requires a character level of 80 to do. And so unfortunately for me, I just cannot get him any higher. Oh, it looks like I could actually craft one of those. Cool. Anyway, I want to be able to level these guys up and get them max leveled, but it's just been making me wait until level 80 for all of these different characters and all of their abilities. Yeah, they're all sharing many of the same items that they need. So let's, without further ado, go ahead and shred through somebody, and let's do one of the gentlemen who have a dodge team, just so you can see how dodge is effective, but not as effective as you would like it to be. The reason why I use Akbar, aside from the extra shots, is he gets to cleanse your characters. Now I just auto-battled, I did not use Sunfac's taunt. Probably should have used his taunt early on. And that's one of the things about my team. If you put Sunfac up with a really high speed, you can get him to use his taunt, and that is a great idea. But their tanks are really pretty worthless because Sunfac, every time he shoots, he takes away their taunt. But even with dodge, this team just doesn't stand a chance, and I don't really like dodge. I don't know why. It just grinds my gears when I fight individuals that have a dodge team, an evasion team. It just bothers me, and I don't know why. So I don't use Obi-Wan in this arena. I think the reason why it bothers me is, you know, one of my favorite sayings is, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there's no path and leave a trail. And it seems like the meta data, you know, who's using what person, it seems like everybody's using Obi-Wan. Even on my server, there is still a very great vast majority using Obi-Wan. So number 2 uses Obi-Wan, number 4 uses Obi-Wan, number 5's using Obi-Wan, number 9 is using Obi-Wan, and most of these have switched from Obi-Wan recently. just recently to trying out the Emperor. And when everybody has to use the same guy because they know it works and they're like, well, I know it works, it's great, and I'm going to use what everybody else uses, it grinds me. I'm like, I'm going to do something else. I remember I was the only individual in the top 20 using Admiral Akbar, except for one other guy, and I loved that there was only two of us. And now I see that there are a few more people that embrace Admiral Akbar. This good gentleman from Team Skunk was actually the only other person to originally embrace Admiral Akbar, and I just like having different leaders. But there is a little bit of diversity today. I can look back and see that there's Captain Phasma, Emperor Palpatine, Dooku, Qui-Gon, Admiral Akbar, HK. I'm excited to see him. This is actually the only viable team in the arena for droids. This Bumble 2B, he's the only one that can compete in the top 20. He's got an excellent droid team. He did switch out one of his Jawas for Geonosian Soldier, and surprisingly, it did make it a little bit stronger. I would not have thought to do that. I would have thought just a little bit more synergy with another droid or another Jawa, but his Jawa engineer really makes this difficult to beat. This is actually probably one of the few teams that I stress a tiny bit about when I play, because they're so fast and so destructive that sometimes they can take characters out before they get a chance to go. This setup is kind of the old school AoE team, if you want to say that, because it has 88, and he gets to do his AoE and then go immediately after, and most of the time that secondary follow-up shot ends up being a lethal shot. He just hits like a tank. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and complete my activities. I get 80 experience points for this, puts me at 15,273, and so I need 125, and oh my gosh, it literally put me to 2 points shy of level 80. What can I do to earn experience? Nothing. I have to wait for 47 seconds to get my energy up so I can farm something. How crazy, I did my math off by 2. Let's see, Poe Dameron. I was trying to farm these bad boys, and these are just complicated. They have a horrible drop rate. I've told you about my other videos, and by the way, if you have seen any of my videos and you like any of them, I would go into my channel and go through all the videos to see which ones I have available. I have a huge assortment of videos. The majority of them are specifically geared and built for people who are free to play, who don't spend very much money or any money at all. And by the way, the definition of whale versus free to play, there's a lot of conflict. A lot of people think that, oh, I spent $5 or I spent $50 one time. You're no longer free to play. That is totally farthest from the truth. A free to play player means that the game was built to be free to play. That's exactly what it means. It means that you don't have to spend money. But if you invest one time, $45 or $40 or $5 one time, that doesn't make you a whale. A whale by definition is someone who spends that's why it's called whale, a large amount of money on the game, and more than likely the whale is going to be reinvesting a ton of money into the game monthly. I have 2 accounts. One is a free-to-play account, and I have only spent in the lifetime of that account $45, $44.99 on a $5 starter pack, and then a $40 pack. That is it. That is all that I invest in that one. I will never spend another penny on that account. This account, I invest at the beginning of the month, every month, a set amount that I am okay with that I can reinvest into the game. So I would consider this account a whale account. It's taken me just over 2 months to reach level 80, and I know a lot of people that's not the case. My free-to-play account is going to turn level 50 today, and I've been playing with that one for a few weeks now. So you can level up actually relatively fast, even not spending any money or spending very little money at all. But I do know there's a big bit of conflict. EA Sports, according to them, 85% of all players spend money. even if it's a one-time purchase. So for everybody who's pridefully out there saying they're free to play, 9 times out of 10, they have spent at some point something on the game. And so just know that free to play doesn't mean you've never spent a penny on the game. It just means you're not reinvesting and you're not dropping fat wads of cash on a game. That makes you free to play. Whales are people who have the money and they've decided to spend a ton of money on the game. Now, I personally like whales because they're the reason why EA Sports is developing a new game. They're making enough money that they can turn around and reinvest that into a brand new Star Wars game that they're going to have coming out in a few months. I'm not going to play that game, but it is the whales that create the commerce, that create the games, that create the ability for people to play for free. Now, without further ado, it looks like I can go ahead and farm at least one more of these, and that'll bump me up to level 80, and I get some bonus energy. Wow, this will be the last time, at least until they raise the cap to level 90. I hear that that potentially will happen in the next couple of months. Sometime in the next 60 to 90 days, the cap will be raised from 80 to 90. I could be completely wrong, but I don't think I will be. I do believe that they will continue slowly and over time to bump the max level up. And I was curious about this, and I'm really glad that this happened. The Omega was not in the daily activities completion. If you go back earlier in the video, my daily completion of activities showed my gems and showed my all the stuff, my experience points, all of that. And I actually selected my daily activities completion, and when I did that, it cleared it and I was too shy. It's given me a brand new, for hitting level 80, a brand new secondary daily activities completion with a bunch of new stuff that was not included in the original one, including some gems or crystals. And it does give me the Omega. Now, the reason why I was curious is there's an achievement that gives you 3, and I have one. And I wanted to have 5 to be able to do an ability today on one of my characters. And I thought I was going to have to wait till tomorrow's daily activities completion to get my very first one. But it looks like they automatically give it to you for the first time. And then under achievements, here I'll get 5 of my Darth Vader. Man, Darth Vader is hard to get, even in the shard shop, buying him through there and getting him through achievements. I still have not gotten him to 6 stars. So let's claim that. So it looks like officially now I can level these characters up and start gearing them up. So I'm pretty excited. I can start doing some awesome character reviews on most of these top 3 rows, and I'm also starting to develop another 3 rows of characters so I can do character reviews. So I'm pretty excited about that as well. Anyway, I hope this video was a little bit of an enlightenment. I hope it was fun for you as it was for me. I hope that it answers some questions. And I also hope that you enjoy all the videos that I've made. Be sure to go back and look at all of them. They are geared for people who are trying to learn about the game. There is not a whole lot out there to teach people how to use training bots effectively and properly, or how to gear up their characters correctly, mods. Look forward in the future to some awesome videos I'm going to do on mods and where you should select specific mods and what primary stats you would like to have in each area, how to gear certain characters up, and of course I'll be doing future character reviews. As always, if you like these videos, like, share, subscribe, and as always, keep your gaming on, Warrior.